Welcome. The fastest path to purpose is to build it slowly. And I genuinely believe this. And I wanted to talk to you about it because I think you need to understand this as well, that it is not in the immediate momentum. It is not in the build it really fast and get there really fast. It is in the process. It is in the journey. And I genuinely believe that you will get some value from this video. By the way, I'm Bukola. I'm a Big Four audit manager in the UK. I'm a career coach and an inspirational speaker. And I hope this video is going to help you see how to build purpose, however, brick by brick. And the first thing I need you to focus on is the lowest hanging fruit. I need you to take the small wins in front of you right now. So for example, you're trying to land a very big job at a big organization, which is your dream job, but right now the opportunities in front of you are maybe smaller jobs, smaller opportunities. I need you to take what is in front of you right now, build experience, build exposure, and stack up those wins. Now, I need you to understand that nothing big needs to happen right away. Big can happen for you by accumulation, and that is key. Big will happen for you, but it can happen for you by accumulation. So you can win by volume by taking the little things you have in front of you. I also need you to think about iteration, tiny little improvements that you can make over an extended period of time. So take the lowest hanging fruit that you see in front of you right now. You know, the reason why a lot of people are not really happy in their careers and in their life is because they do not have a feeling that they are making progress, but they need to get into that zone of fabricating momentum for themselves and creating those milestones for themselves. And you're taking the little things in front of them and thoroughly enjoying those small things in front of them so that the big things can stack up. Okay, the second thing I need you to think about is I want you to stop looking at time. I know a lot of people are like, oh, time is going away, time is going away, I don't even know what I'm doing with my life. The essence of time is what you call it. The essence of time, the meaning of time, what time is what you name it, not what society calls it. So it is taking you 5 years to do something that someone else has done in 18 months. That is meaningless in the grand scheme of things. What matters at the end of the day is that you get there. I mean, it's like you taking 3 years, 5 years to write a book that someone else wrote in like 3 months, 5 months. What matters at the end of the day is like you're an author, they are an author, nobody's going to ask you, so when you were writing chapter 2, what happened? Why did it take you 6 months? Why did it take you 3 months? Nobody's going to ask you that. At the end of the day, you are an author, they are an author as well. So stop looking at time. What matters is that you got there. What matters is you are living in your miracle right now. So all of you got married late, you're not getting your spouse early, your kids are not coming when you expect them to come, you're not passing that exams on time, and all of those. That is a societal problem that has nothing to do with you. You move by the timing of God for your life and stay glued to what needs to happen. So stop looking at time and just keep showing up every day to what you believe in to lead to your purpose. Okay, for you to do big things, you must do the small things right. For you to do big things and win at the big things, you need to do the small things right. So if you mishandle opportunities, you will not be trusted with the big things. So right now, you just want that big opportunity to be the one to moderate the high stakes meeting. But in the smaller stakes meeting, in the meetings with your team where there are just 5 people, you struggle to put yourself out there. So how will you be trusted to do those big things? Now, recently, I was tapped on the shoulder, very short notice, to facilitate a session at work. Now, typically, That session was supposed to be handled by somebody else, but in an emergency situation, I was tapped on the shoulder to come and facilitate that session. And in the words of my bosses, is already your best place to do this because this is your key strength, and I genuinely believe you are the best to deliver this session. In his own words, the reason that happened is that in smaller stakes situation, I have been able to demonstrate that I've got the confidence for years. And I've been able to demonstrate that I could articulate my thoughts. And I've been able to demonstrate that I have boldness to face a large group of people, to facilitate, to teach, to lecture, whatever that is. So it was just the right decision to put me in front to take that opportunity. Same thing for you. Now that there are smaller opportunities in front of you, I want you to see them as blessings and at the same time as learning opportunities for you. Okay, the next thing I'm going to say to you is this, that if you are unwilling to go, there will be no arrival. So you better get on with whatever you need to do right now, even if you don't even know what the next step is going to be. You don't know, you are in the dark right now. You need to learn to put a step in front of another so that the path keeps clearing. Look, listen, you're not going to figure out the destination. The reason why a lot of people don't go is because they can't see the destination clearly. But let me assure you that at the time when you start, you're not going to see the destination clearly. As you make your way through your journey, it becomes clearer. It becomes clearer to you why you're doing it. Your whys become clearer and the paths become brighter. You can see better and you can respond to the chaos of life better. But if you're unwilling to go, there will be no arrival. Okay, so I just need to understand that, and that's the reason why a lot of people wouldn't go. But you will have to go because you have the courage to step out, even though the destination isn't so clear. The next thing is that the difference between you and someone else in your line of work who is doing better than you is that you are not doing the work that they are doing. It sounds like, oh, but I'm doing everything I need to do. No, the difference between you and somebody else in your line of work who is doing better than you is that you're not doing the work they're doing. And there are different kinds of work. It's not just in the putting in of the hours. It's about having clarity. It is about feeling empowered to ask the right questions. It is about taking the opportunities in front of you without waiting for permission. It is about you building the right network that you can dip into to help you. There's so many smart strategies that you can build into your career that the others are doing that you may not be doing, and that is why it looks like you're staying stagnant, you're feeling stuck and all of that. So the question is, what are others doing? And sometimes you're also doing the same, but your approach is slightly different, and that is why you're not getting the right kind of results that you're looking to get. So you need to pay attention that the clarity you're looking for is there is a typical type of work you need to be doing right now that you may not be doing. If it were easy, everybody would do it. There is something you're not doing right now that you need to do, and you need to find that thing and start doing it. Do not underestimate the sacrifice you must make and the time it will take for you to gain momentum and for you to continue to rise to the top. You cannot underestimate it. Okay, whatever you're going through right now, the current situation you are right now, the role you are in, the grade you're in, reflects the work that you have done so far. Okay, again, work is not just about the investment of hours. It is about the money you're willing to invest in your career. It is about the help you're willing to seek out. It is about the network you're willing to build. It is you stepping into the unusual terrains when it is not clear, when you're tapped short notice to show up and do something impromptu, and your ability to be agile to respond to that situation. It is your willingness to try new things and many more that you can think about. Okay, so the work that needs to be done for you to continue to make progress in your career needs to be done. The next thing is that no matter how difficult the journey is, it becomes easier when you make up your mind. when you make up your mind that, look, I am going to chase that new job opportunity, or I am going to chase that progression opportunity, or I am going to show up differently at work, or I'm going to treat my work like a business, or I'm going to treat my career as a business, it just gets easier. Others will say it is hard. You will say, how can I show up still, and what are the things I need to do to show up differently? Because in hindsight, nothing is really hard. After you've gone through a bit of chaos and sleepless nights and everything you can imagine, and you show up on the other side of all of these things, you then realize that those things that were actually giving you sleepless nights were not as difficult as you thought they were. So you can borrow strength from the future and apply them right now. I know that whatever it is you're going through right now that you think is hard is not necessarily hard. Okay, all you need to do is make up your mind. So maybe you're working with a boss. So just yesterday I was talking to one of my coaches, and she was complaining to me about a particular boss and how she was having difficulty managing this person. And I said to her, I said, I know this person they are talking about, and I know that they're very smart, they rose quite quickly, and the only reason why someone will rise that quickly in a very high pressured environment is because they're very smart, they know how to, they are very strategic, and they have the work ethic. Those are the key high ticket things I could think of. And I said to them, I said, for someone like that who has very strong work ethic, very smart, they have high expectations. So plug into that, learn as much as you can, become a sponge and learn as much as you can from them. And please stop listening to people, especially people saying, oh, your boss is difficult. Oh, you need to stop listening to them, because you have a lot to learn and you need to get in the mood. I have had my fair share of working with difficult bosses, highly pressured, but bosses will put you under serious pressure. I've had my fair share of working with those bosses. One thing that I know is that it is never personal. It is typically professional. They just want the best of the best, and for you to be the best of the best, you must be willing to go the extra mile. That is, in my experience, what I have noticed. And for you to be able to work with those people, you have to make up your mind and also get into the rhythm of having conversations with them. A time would come when you've built the friendship, when, especially when they're pushing you too hard, you can actually let them know that they're pushing you too hard, and you will like them to slow down a bit and all of that. But in the meantime, you need to make up your mind that this is what you want. You want to learn as much as you want to learn, and you want to grow in your career. The last thing I would say to you is that when you eventually gain momentum, never, ever, 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 ever stop. Once you gain momentum is one of the hardest things to gain. When you gain momentum, do not stop. I hope this is helpful. If you want to work with me, in the description box below, you would see how you can join my community, get my products, have a one-on-one coaching session with me. The links will be in the description box. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I have making it. Please leave me comments, like, share this with your friends, family, colleagues, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you.